Good morning, everybody, and thank you, John, and who introduced me to the world of chess. I'm an outsider. I didn't know this word, and I work for an association, for an NGO called Centro Studi Podresca in Italy that trains and develops the research on teaching human abilities, on teaching those, training those potentialities, those skills that makes us better human beings. And I was surprised on how much the world of chess in education is committed to this goal. So we are very much aligned. And with my association in, I don't know if you will be able to see, in May 2019, we had the chance to propose to the United Nations an idea of an International Day for Human Abilities. So to institute, to establish a day in which attention will be pointed at those abilities that makes us better human beings. Essere umani, like the first speakers told. Those abilities can be trained in, they're not just part of the character, they're not just something we are born with, but as you also with chess do all the time, can be trained and taught in schools. The United Nations, we think also that human abilities are the real mean with which the Sustainable Development Goals that the United Nations is committed to reach before 2030 are going to be, is the real mean to realize the Sustainable Development Goals. Especially quality in education, but also no poverty. In order to reach those goals, we need to be more motivated. For example, one core human abilities is awareness. Awareness is knowing to know, is knowing that part of ourselves that is most human, is where we can find the value of doing things. We can train a lot of technical skills, but why do we train them? Why do we do the things we do? And that comes from awareness. Why should we commit on these 17 Sustainable Development Goals? Why should we teach kids chess? And why should kids develop their abilities? And that comes from awareness of who they are. Also, human abilities are personal abilities, like, for example, resilience, or the ability to make a decision, and or relational abilities. And this, we can say that human abilities are human potential that can be trained through a specific knowledge and put into action, producing results that elevate us as human beings and improve the quality of life. So the elevation of the human being is a center of this. So, for example, human abilities are ethic by nature. Some examples are, for example, focus on attention. Attention is a human ability. So it's how we do things. Cooperation, fair play. I don't know if, okay. The use of will, to follow instruction, to decide, to know ourselves, to know the others, to communicate correctly, appreciate one another, to emerge, to stay in front of people with our qualities, to express enthusiasm, to be generous, to be creative, curious, think outside the box, and many others. Like one of the Swedish speaker told before, we are in the middle of an ongoing technological revolution, and most of the jobs we are doing will be done by machines and by AI. And so we need to rethink the concept of work and education, what we will do in the future, but also why we will do those jobs. What should we focus our attention on? And what skills should we train the children, and why? Giving strength to the human factor is probably one of the most intelligent things to do. So it's both teaching the children not data, but how to learn new things. And this is what human abilities do. They give us tools to fit in always new environments, and also to work on their motivation. So we should teach new generation how to learn and why to learn. Sometimes we find a situation in which there are very intelligent kids, but intelligence doesn't provide automatically value of doing things, doesn't provide automatically ethic or the ability to connect to each other. And that's what human abilities do. We have a shared vision. You already do these things in school in a lot of different ways. And so the proposal we bring today to this conference is to promote the creation, to be partners in this promotion of the creation of the International Day of Human Abilities by the United Nations as a day in which maybe conferences may be held on local basis. Group of experts can meet and talk how disabilities can be trained in schools and in education, and also in other life, because of also lifelong learning projects need to train human abilities. And hopefully it will lead to reforms in the school system to take this part of how to become a better human being more to the center of attention. And so what to do exactly? So my presentation will be very short. You will find by my colleague Irene, and also we'll make it available here in the conference, a document in which we describe this proposal for the creation of an International Day of Human Abilities, and also 2 lists. You can apply to become a partner in the creation of this International Day of Human Abilities, or you can be informed of the development of this initiative and be a supporter of this initiative. So these are you can look up at what we do and this initiative on the website on www.podresca.it. And also tomorrow I will be talking more in depth about the research that we developed in Italy with Centro Studi Podresca, that is called Sciences of Human Abilities, and what we do actually in the educative system in schools and in companies to train these abilities, how it can be done. Chess is one mean, but there are also other means. And the final sentence is that the person's maturity is the key to improve the quality of life and of education. So thank you.